Hey Ghost Hunters, I'm sure many of you have gotten to see the new holiday update for Phasmo. I hope all of you have had fun getting your snow globe trophy and being chased around by Demon Grandpa Santa. But this update has brought more than just some holiday flair. It's radically changed the way players earn money and experience compared to the past couple months. In this video, we will look at why this was done, how this specifically affected gameplay, and what still could be done or should be done. Let's start with the public message from the developers. It reads, "We'd like custom difficulty to be primarily used for fun and interesting games with unique twists, and that it's difficult to balance each of these options, rewards, and to have a corresponding and fair reward multiplier. And that it's incredibly quick to create games that are potentially much easier or faster than their default difficulty counterparts, but to give the same or even more rewards." They go on to say that we like experience and money to be gained fairly for every player, and to try to avoid cheesy reward tactics if we can. When I heard they were reducing custom rewards, I figured the reasons were something like this. It was very common to find players exploiting the reward system in multiplayer. I would see games with very high reward modifiers, but set up in such a way to where there was little to no risk involved. And that's the heart of the problem in my opinion. The developers saw that there was no clear correlation between the level of risk and challenge the players faced and the rewards they got for succeeding. So the quickest action the developers saw that they could take was to drastically reduce the rewards the player could receive by playing custom difficulty at all. They started with an 80% reduction, which much of the player base complained was far too drastic. So they quickly changed their modifier to a 60% reduction. I still hear a lot of grumblings when I join public lobbies, but most players still seem to play below Nightmare difficulty. So it's hard for me to judge whether or not they wanted a large reward from a firm challenge, or just a quick way to boost their funds and level. After talking to random players in lobbies a little bit more, I have noticed a pattern that many people who like to host public matches and supply equipment found it comforting that there was a way to quickly replenish your funds consistently if they had a streak of bad luck and kept losing their stuff. It's still hard for me to gauge the difficulty level where players prefer to play because so many of them are still chasing after cookies on intermediate before the event ends. But I'm sure the developers are watching closely and finding solutions to problems that people have with the new system. And to their credit, when people did complain about the initial reduction, they changed it from 80% to 60% within a matter of days. I'm not trying to suck up to them, but I have not seen a team of developers so in touch and responsive to their player base. Not to name any names, but Phasmo developers are far from that large studio of hundreds of employees that are so focused on profit to the extent that they release the same dead horse of a game year after year, despite the urging from their otherwise gaslit, underappreciated, and downright abused player base. It's because of this that I'm confident that the 4 developers of Phasmo will keep the game not only playable, but enjoyable and fun for their players. Also, understand Phasmo is still under heavy development. 60% of the overall reduction to the rewards is just a temporary solution. I'm sure we may see more standard difficulties in the future, or simply just take a more balanced approach to the way custom difficulties earn rewards in correlation to the risks the player actually takes. I'm not sure what the solutions are actually going to look like, I can only speculate, but I'm sure some changes will be here soon. If you haven't already, please go vote on my poll whether or not you like the new update to the reward system, and let me know how they've affected your gameplay in the comments. As always, thanks for watching, and have a good one.